This is sodium polyacrylate. It's a monomer that is highly attracted to polar compounds, like water, and because of that, it's used in diapers. Usually, it's this boring, generic white powder, but something really cool happens when you add water. Once I pour the water onto it, it starts forming this weird gel. This is because the sodium polyacrylate is linking up with the water molecules and forming these long chains with them. In effect, the polyacrylate is polymerizing the water and turns it into this weird gel. This is actually chemically mostly water. It's completely safe and non-toxic, but you're not gonna wanna eat it. Because this stuff absorbs water really well, that's why it's used in diapers. So you could easily do this if you happen to have a diaper at home. Kind of like this weird bendy, well not bendy, but like, it's like bouncy kinda. You can easily mash it. Kind of reminds me of snow. It can also work if you add the polymer to water instead of the other way around, but it's not as effective because it needs to mix with the water. Whoa. Although it still does look really cool. See, it like formed the polymer inside the beaker. See, it like formed this lump. One really fun thing is adding the polymer directly to a beaker and then just dumping in a bunch of water all at once. See, it quickly hardens and then polymerizes and then just expands. See, now I'm left with this lump. Oh. However, just because it works with water doesn't mean it works with everything. For example, if I pour in some olive oil, it does not do anything. It just stays as this separate layer because olive oil, unlike water, is non-polar. And because the sodium polyacrylate only attracts polar molecules, or water, it doesn't do anything with the olive oil and just stays separated. Although since water is denser than olive oil, I can pour some in, and then it polymerizes with the water, and then it sort of forms this weird water gel, kind of. Actually, I'm not sure it did that much. I mean, you can see some polymers in there, but... And just because it works with water doesn't mean it works with every polar substance. So if I pour in some 99% isopropanol, it also doesn't do anything. Because the isopropanol is not as polar as the water, so it doesn't polymerize with the isopropanol and like form the stuff. See, it's like completely unaffected in there. See, it even burns like isopropanol does. Whoa. Okay, yep, there we go. Yep, isopropanol fire. Put that out, okay.